Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and without further ado, I'm just going to start my 1 hour timer because we are going to make a third attempt at the alternating weapons challenge, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you're all looking forward to this. I think I hinted, I wanted to come back and just give this one more shot. One more shot to see if I could basically do it. And if I can't, well, shoot. Well, what can you do, eh? So yes, timer has already started, 1 hour as usual, and you should be familiar with the rules of the challenge already by now from all the times I played it. So the idea is I have to score points by killing robots, but with each point that I aim for, I have to alternate between my weapons. So, kill one robot, say, with my revolver, then the next robot has to be killed with a rifle, so on and so forth. And obviously every time I pick up a new weapon, that has to be added to the roster, has to go into the alternating series of weapons. Now, as usual, just 1 point for every robot kill, doesn't matter what type of robot it is. We could already probably get a couple of points straight away by killing these guys. Similarly to how I did my last attempt, actually there's about 3 robots over there, so I'm not going to try that, because otherwise that could be quite bad. It could go quite badly for me, in fact, if I don't sort of gear myself up enough. No, as I was saying, kind of how I did with my second attempt, I have customised the map slightly just to increase the rate of spawn of things like buildings, so we've got plenty of ammo, potentially. And I've also tweaked the robot spawn rates so that way we just have hunters for the first 20 minutes or so, and then after that we'll start getting a mix of everything. So yeah, basic rules, same as before, nothing particularly different or new or anything like that. Let's get this guy. Got him, he's down, that's 1 point straight away. So this time, will I get cocky again? That is the question. Right, we'll take his bandages, but he hasn't really got anything else. I don't want his shotgun, what's he doing? Alright, get rid of that. Aha, I could take you down as well. We don't need to actually be too close to you. If my iron sights can function, please, that would be very nice. That's 2 points. So, switch back to the revolver. Now, of course, oh, shit, there's a dude there. Is it just you? Are you on your own? Because I could probably take you out as well. Oh. Oh, fuck. Don't want to die straight away, thank you very much. Alright, that's 3 points. Excellent. Is there someone else? Oh, it's those guys over there. Alright. If we just leave them, they might bugger off before they get to me. I always keep picking that up by mistake. Who else is round? You're over there. Okay. God dang, I was hoping maybe one of them would give me a shotgun, but I don't think that is the case, is it? Alright, 4 points. Take him down straight away. Switch back to the revolver. Oh, you're getting a bit too close for comfort, you are. Can I get you to come a bit closer? Maybe we'll be alright. Hold it. If he stops. Got him. Right, he's down, that's 5 points. Yeah, off to a good start there, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Right, switch back to the rifle. Go and get the bodies. There is someone else trying to approach. Who is that? You, over there, I see you. Are you just on your own? Because if you are, I'll take you out as well. Ooh. Thank you there. 6 points. God damn, we just took a load of them out all at once. And you see, that's what you want to happen in a challenge like this. You want them to just come at you sort of one at a time. Aha! We've got a shotgun as well. That means we can start alternating to that as well for a little bit. Good. Okay, 6 points. Off to a decent start there. But, we're not even 5 minutes into the challenge just yet. Oh, even more shotgun ammo. That's great. That is fantastic. Just eat those mints as well. Is there someone nearby? Oh, you're over there. Okay. Well, if you're on your own, we could take you down for a 7th point as well. Ooh. Can you see me from here? Yes, you can. Okay, hold on. Hold it. Got him. He's out. 7 points, and I am running out of revolver ammo. Someone else is closing in here. Need to watch out. Oh god, do I want the hatchet? No, I don't. I'm under no compulsion to take the hatchet. Oh, shit. Right, he's out. That's 8 points. Thankfully. Time to retreat, because it sounds like there might be a load of them out there. Get the shotgun out. Oh, yeah, there's a fair few of them. Alright, we're not going to get cocky. I'm not going to make the mistake that I made before. We're going to leave them the hell alone. Someone else is off in that direction. Okay. But the amount of ones I've killed, it'll be spawning in new ones, won't it? That's all it'll be doing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, I hope you guys out there are all doing well, and that you're all looking forward to seeing if I manage to succeed this time at this challenge, or if I fail again. If I do fail again, I'm going to just say that this is a curse challenge, and that, you know what, I'm not going to try again. I'll move on to other stuff. But let's see if we can do it better this time, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? I certainly hope so. Now, it's a Wednesday evening as I'm going to record this. It's just gone 8 o'clock. Work is all done for the day, so I figured, I need to actually sit down and record a bit of Sir. And I thought, what, I've got a spare hour. Why not record a bit of Sir, you're being hunted? And maybe, have another shot at this particular challenge. And if I can succeed at it, maybe then I'll be in a better position in terms of having, hopefully, a load of footage from which I can just carve out several episodes that'll keep my channel going in the meantime. But we'll see, I say that, for all I know, I'll probably get myself killed, and then I'll be back to square one. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Just eat that marmalade, there we go. Alright, do I have a torch? I don't actually have a torch, do I? No. Here's someone nearby. Are you on your own? Are you guarding a device piece? What are you doing over there? Oh, no you don't. Oh no, you've got a friend over there, I see. Alright, I'm going to back up a bit. Alright, do I want to risk that? Two of them. Well, never mind, and one of them has just pulled out. Maybe if I pull them into here. I could do a sneaky move and get one of them. Shit. Oh, crap. Right, there's another one down. That's 9 points. There we go. Right, back to the revolver. Okay, his buddy is quite close. Do you reckon we can get him? Is it two of you or just one? Sounds like there might be more than one of you. Yeah, there's more than one of you. Okay. Okay. Maybe we could get... I don't know. Am I about to get cocky again? That's always the question, isn't it? It always feels like I die around about sort of like the 10 to 20 minute mark. At least in my attempts at this challenge. I wonder if I could get to his body though. The one I just killed, and maybe see if I can loot him. For some sweet treasure. Namely shotgun shells, something like that. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? As long as these guys are... Ha! Lovely. Take that. Dispose of that. So I don't have the means for cooking it. Right, yeah, you know what? We'll leave them. Let them go and do their own thing. I'm not going to bother with them. I'll leave them well alone. I'll take my 9 points that I've accumulated so far, and I will readily run away. There's a couple of dudes over there. A couple of rude dudes. Maybe we can... Oh, actually, there might be about 3 of them, because I think I just saw another one behind that house. We just retreated. Oh, never mind. Disturbed the old pheasant. Actually, I haven't said that. If you guys split up, that might be good for me, potentially. Because I could get a couple of shots off on you with this here revolver. Like this. If I pop up. Chip. Get out of it. Right, I'm out of revolver ammo. That's 10 points. I just tally that up on my sheet. I could probably snipe you with the old rifle, couldn't you, if you stop? Ooh. Stop there, bud. Stop moving. Gotcha. 11 points. If it's just a single one, he's fair distance when you got the rifle out. That's actually quite a good thing. Okay. So we're out of revolver ammo as well, which means we can actually take that off the rotation for the time being and instead just stick to the rifle and the shotgun. Obviously, if I run out of rifle ammo, I'll just be stuck with the shotgun and all that. Which won't be much of an alternating weapons challenge, but what can you do? Yes, I'm insisting that now the rule is I don't have to pick up a weapon from a house if I see it. If I want to, I can just leave it, and that way it's not counted in the roster. Okay, I'll take the torch, though. Torch is always good. Is there anything else in these doorways? Any ammo, anything like that? That would be very nice if there is. That is a device piece off over there. Don't hear any robots by it, though. Okay, well, whilst we're doing this in the meantime, hope you guys obviously are all doing well out there. And that you're having a relaxing day. Whatever you're doing as you watch this. I've got an interesting topic of conversation actually on the mind at the moment. Last episode I was talking about that frigging cash grab bandwagoning horror game franchise that I'd been watching a few videos of, Garten of Banban, whatever it was called. I was actually watching a couple more videos on that, just out of kind of curiosity. Jacksepticeye's playthrough of the first 3 Garten of Banban games, because even though the game itself is very meh and is clearly a cash grab, it is kind of entertaining watching certain YouTubers play them and slowly lose the will to live as they do so. It's funny watching Jacksepticeye because he absolutely fucking tears those games apart. And clearly he's just not that into them. But his fans keep asking him to play them, so he does. And what was also kind of interesting, and this wasn't so much about Garten of Banban, this was more of a general interesting point about game design. Something that's always worth thinking about if you're, an aspiring game dev or anything like that. Because for anyone who didn't know, and I was unaware of this actually until he mentioned it, Jacksepticeye is colourblind. I think it's like he's got red-green colour blindness, which actually is similar to what I have. I do have a little touch of colour blindness like that myself. For example, if you had me do an Ishihara test, I would fail miserably at a fair few of the images that you'd show me and all that. I know that because I have tried an Ishihara test before, and I retried one actually a few weeks ago, just online out of general curiosity, and there were quite a few in there that I couldn't get because I couldn't figure them out. I didn't know what the deal was. Wow, we've got a jetty that's just spawned in the middle of nowhere out there. It's not the first time we've had that, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Jacksepticeye has red-green colour blindness and all that, and what's always fascinating then in Garten of Banban is the fact that they have a couple of puzzles in their games which are all to do with colour. And it's one of those things which, from a game design point of view, you would never really think about necessarily, or you could be forgiven for not thinking about it, but, obviously with our games, we always want accessibility in gaming. We want people to be able to play games without any sort of unfair... what's the word I'm looking for? Unfair impingement on their ability to do so. And this is something that I'd never thought about, even myself, as someone who technically is colourblind. I've just realised I've forgotten completely what gun I was up to. What gun did I shoot someone with last? Shoot. I think I was on the shotgun next. Crap. Well, fuck it. That's a problem. I need to be paying much more attention, don't I? Okay, let's take this guy out. Right, he's down. That's 12 points, and they said 11. Switch out to this bad boy. Oh, he's round there. Hold on. See if I can get close. Yeah, you go around the side of that building. So yeah, from a game design point of view, you want, obviously, your game to be accessible to as wide an audience as possible. And it's always interesting, well, it was interesting, rather, I should say, to hear from Jacksepticeye about his colour blindness and how that obviously does affect his ability to play certain games. There we go, 13 points. Because, of course, being colourblind, there are sometimes certain puzzles that he isn't able to... Well, it's not that he's not able to do them, but it's more that, obviously, he struggles with them, because, of course, it's difficult for him to tell colours apart. And, like I say, Garten of Banban has a couple of puzzles in it, which are all about colours, recognising different shades of green and red, which sometimes is not easy, because they kind of blend together a bit. And, I can have full sympathy for that as someone who is a little colourblind myself. I remember when I was a kid, and indeed sometimes even now as an adult, sometimes there are certain shades of red and green, which sometimes are difficult to tell apart. Sometimes there's like certain very pale shades of green that are difficult to distinguish from the colour yellow, stuff like that. And yeah, it just makes you think about, if you're designing a game, you've got to think about these kind of audiences. People among your audience who may have colour blindness, or may have certain things, certain, what's the word, like conditions, or... I don't know what the right word really is, but I think you know what I mean. Have certain things that might effectively impact upon their ability to enjoy your game. And, it's always good, if you can, to implement some kind of system in your game to try and make your game sort of inclusive for people. People who have those issues. And so, for example, with, let's say you're making puzzles, if you're going to insist on having colour-based puzzles, then design the puzzle in a way where there is another solution to it that doesn't necessarily require your player to be able to distinguish certain colours from one another. So, for example, using things like shapes or numbers, things like that. They could always be a potential solution. Now, the thing is, you're not going to be able to necessarily cater for every last player and whatever conditions or issues they may have. Of course not, but it's always just interesting to think about what you can do in order to actually be more inclusive, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I feel like colour blindness is probably a fairly simple one that can be solved for accessibility's sake, namely just by tweaking your puzzles or aspects of your game design that rely heavily on colours that they may not be able to distinguish. So there are solutions to that then, in essence, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, it's an emergent field. I think it's something which, over the last few years, people have been thinking more and more about, or at least people are becoming more and more aware of it. And it's good that people are becoming more aware of it, you know? Because if you're like me, and, you know, you love video games, you're, you know, way into that whole shebang, then, you know, what's not to love about accessibility and making your games as accessible to as huge an audience as possible? You know, you want to share the magic and the fun of some of your favourite video games. It's great to make them more and more accessible and all that. So, something to think about, because I'm sure, you know, there are probably people among my audience who, if not being outright game devs at the moment, are probably aspiring game devs, or people who maybe have thought about what it would be like to pick up and learn some basic, like, game making knowledge or whatever. So, you know, thinking about that kind of thing is one of those things which, well, it's one of those things that you may not necessarily even think about. Like I said a moment ago, you know, I had never even really thought about how you can make certain games or things like that more accessible to colourblind people, and I say that as someone who is myself colourblind, and I'd never thought about it. So, you know, it was just eye-opening, and I thought it was very interesting to think about that, ladies and gents. And, I mean, you know, there's always that sort of element of the more well, I say the sort of, the very sort of gatekeepery element of the gaming community, which seems to have sometimes a weird attitude towards accessibility in games. I know, for example, there was like a whole shebang quite a few months ago where I think it was a player who had epilepsy had once mentioned the idea that, you know, I think game dev companies should, where possible, try to sort of include in their settings what are essentially epilepsy modes that are designed to enable players with epilepsy to change settings that would be so that the game would be therefore be less likely to trigger their symptoms if, you know, they were exposed to things like flashing lights or imagery, stuff like that. And I know there was like a whole controversy around suddenly that person getting loads of messages featuring basically stuff that was designed to trigger their epileptic symptoms, and it was just like, some people are fucked up, and some people are just so gatekeepery and just, I mean, it's not even gatekeeping, it's just messed up abusive behaviour at this point. I mean, gatekeeping is one thing, but I suppose really, you know what I'm saying about sending an epileptic person stuff that might trigger a freaking seizure. That's not even, that's beyond that. That's just fucked up in all kinds of ways. But you know, that's, I like to think that people who are like that are very much in the minority, and the majority of gamers want games to be accessible, and they understand that there are certain things that can be done to actually bring games to a bigger audience so that more and more people can enjoy them for what they are, etc, etc. I mean, yeah, that's basically what's been on my mind. I was thinking I would either do like a podcast style episode on it, or maybe I would talk about it here. So I figured, fuck it, I'll talk about it here. Probably shouldn't have just thrown it away, should I? Jeez, something else up there for us. Okay. Flare. Where are we going? Not down there, apparently. I do not trust this place. Here? Wait, what did that do? That opened something up, or... Oh! Open this up back here, okay. Well, that's a lot of tunnel nothingness. Oh! Oh god, no!